Welcome to the MMA-Holes. It's good to see everyone here live on a Wednesday night. The heat is on, baby. UFC 287 is coming at you, and it's wonderful. We're going to be discussing the events that's going down Saturday night. So many stories to get to, so many interesting fights. Shout out to Chris Curtis. I was asking him, I'm like, are you on this press conference tomorrow? And he said no. I'm like, how do you not have Chris Curtis and Kelvin Gastelum? I know they're on the preliminaries, but they're the featured fight going into the pay-per-view. I feel like Chris would be fantastic on the dais, and I feel like the UFC dropped the ball on that one. But there is a press conference going tomorrow, and I want to know in the chat, do you think we should react to it tomorrow on this channel? A simple yes or no. What the region car culture? That is like, that's an interesting comment in the chat, and I appreciate it, and I love it. How's everyone doing? What's going on, friends? I hope you're well tonight on the MMA-Holes Live. Hopefully everyone is pumped up for UFC 287, and if you're not, by the end of this stream, you will be. Let's take attendance. Who's up in the MMA-Holes Live chat? Let me know. Let me see. Let me know. And it's time. Wonderful. Hey, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Hey, Moss and Jess. How you doing, Leo? Hopefully you are wonderful. Fun TV says, yeah, go ahead. Do it tomorrow. Okay. We'll do it live. What time is it? Right now, it's 10 o'clock your time. Oh, you mean the thing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I think the presser is at 5 Eastern time. Why am I on this scene? 5 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Like, I think it's going to be decent. You do have one of the guys on the main event that doesn't speak English, but he's very interesting to look at. That's Alex Pereira. Izzy, I feel like, is going to recycle some stuff, so I don't think that we're going to get anything good out of the main event. Kevin Holland will be interesting, especially with Jorge Masvidal there, because if you're just jumping in or you didn't know about this, Chia, check this out. Well, that's not it. Come on, MMA fighting. What do we do? Let's go to MMA Junkie. I think they got it. There it is. So that's Jorge Masvidal and Kevin Holland going back and forth in the hallway. Both guys have had this happen before. Kevin Holland, ironically, the last fight, this kind of weird stuff happened. He wound up losing his opponent and fighting Khamzat Chimaev and getting mauled. And this has happened with Jorge Masvidal. I recall Michael Bisping, it happened. It's weird. But I got to be honest with you. Kevin Holland versus Jorge Masvidal is even more interesting. I mean, I would like, it makes no sense to fight, but I would like to see that, just to see that fight go down. Both guys are fun strikers. But anyway, what's going on with this? That's happening behind the scenes. Good for pay-per-view buys, people upset, and I'm curious how they're going to respond to each other tomorrow. I'm assuming there's going to be some heat on the dais. It's going to be weird because Jorge and Gilbert don't really have much of a beef. It feels like it's very respectful between the two. So I think it's going to be like Kevin Holland versus Jorge Masvidal on the dais. But Kevin's fighting Ponzinibbio, and Jorge is fighting Gilbert. So I don't know if you want to take anything from that. But we have a lot of clips to show on the stream tonight because it was media day. We're going to pull some information. We're going to have a little fun, give some predictions, picks, early predictions and picks. Of course, Fridays when I lock it in. And I got to be honest with you. I've been picking Gilbert Burns the whole way. Today, I flipped over to Jorge with that plus money, and I'm just thinking about it. This is tailor-made for Jorge to win. I can't get it out of my head. Like, I have been off the Jorge train for a minute. I might slide back on for this fight because I think he could beat Gilbert Burns. We'll talk about that in a sec. But before we get there, let's talk about CBDX.com. The promo code is MMA-Holes for the finest of THC products. If you want to get zooted, you want to get high, you want to enjoy the edibles, which I like to enjoy, the Delta 9 specifically, you must be 21 plus or older. First purchase, you get a gift by using our code MMA-Holes, and you also get 20% off. That's CBDX.com, promo code MMA-Holes. Also, if you're placing some bets this weekend, utilize mybookie.ag, and our promo code is MMA-Holes for 100% match on your first deposit. We're going to get you some dubs this week, so stand by on this channel. We'll make sure we win you some money, okay? MyBookie.ag, promo code MMA-Holes for 100% match on your first deposit. Remember, Jorge's getting a lot of money, a lot of plus money there. Shout out to Head Rush. Head Rush got some fine clothing. Their event with XMMA got moved. I think it's May 3rd now, so we'll keep you posted on that, but we'll be showing some live MMA courtesy of Head Rush and XMMA. So if you'd like to check out their clothing, premium stuff, link in the description, promo code MMA-Holes for 20% off. And last but not least, the best underwear you'll ever put on your bottoms. I can guarantee it, certified banger of underpants and sexy underwear, whatever you want to call it. Very nice looking stuff. You could put your junk in the pouch as well. So many things you could do with this underwear. Try it out. They give you a money back guarantee. The promo code is MMA-Holes for 20% off. And if you're going to watch the fights this Saturday, UFC 287, we have a link in the description down below. And if you click that link and you buy the pay-per-view through that link, you're hooking us up. We're getting little pieces of pie. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Order the link, order the pay-per-view through our link, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much to those that do. And if you order the pay-per-view without using that link, well, we just can't be friends. We can't. You know, I thought we were cool like that. Speaking of cool, I got to turn the fan on. So let me turn this on. Stare at my beautiful cabin.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, you guys ready to talk a little UFC 287? If so, hit the like button right now. Smash up that like button, and let's talk about UFC 287 before we get there.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champion. Who do we got over here? As D-Man Diaz has been a member for 22 months. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you so much, D-Man Diaz.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Zen Rhino coming in.
Is he gonna get dizzy when he loses to Pereira for the 4th time? Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
There we go. There we go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I tell you what, I've been picking Pereira. I've been on the Alex train the whole way. I'm kind of teeter-tottering too. I'm still leaning towards Alex. I haven't jumped off yet. But so the co-main event, I've went from Burns to Masvidal at this stage of the game. It's not locked in yet. I still got to see the face-offs. I want to see the press conference. I want to get all the information because early predictions are for losers. Any channel that gives you early predictions, these are my early predictions for this, it's a waste of time. That's why we got you covered. Make sure you subscribe. You hit the notification bell. I mean, unless you just want to... Early predictions are stupid. It's stupid. I don't know. I can't fathom the idea of locking in bets before the weigh-ins, before you get all the information. Makes no sense to me. It's silly, it's stupid, and it's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Wonderful,
D-Man
wonderful.
Diaz.
What up, Big Mo's Big Mystical Bra?
How you doing, D-Man? Thank you for the donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And appreciate you being wonderful, wonderful with the wonderful, wonderful Nate Diaz donation over here. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, we got Sonosi coming in.
What time is the presser? Also, Jorge presser makes me more excited for him getting finished. Hypocritical lil biatch. NVM don't retire Jorge. I want Holland to finish you next.
If Jorge loses this fight, he says he's going to retire, but you got to think loudmouth Jorge Masvidal off of Jorge. I mean, they just might put that together for the hell of it. And like we said before, I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, the press conference tomorrow. So if you guys are around, I'm thinking, like we do majority of the pay-per-view press conferences, I just don't like wasting my time when they suck. And I don't know. I don't know how Kevin Holland could save it. Izzy's not very good at them. And it seems like he's laser focused on his fight. Alex doesn't speak English. Gilbert's being kind. You know who could steal the show? Shoeface. Rojas Jr. could steal the show. He's been saying some crazy stuff. We're going to play that in a sec. He's been going wild, the youngster. And I like him more and more. Every time he opens his mouth, people are like, "Oh, shut up, kid. Know your role." I'm like, "No, keep on talking, kid." It makes it more interesting.
Super chat.
No bones.
Hey Moss, just wanna hi. Also Masvidal be saying allegedly more than Michael Jackson in South Park.
Hello. And what is he saying? Masvidal be saying allegedly more than Michael Jackson in allegedly? Yeah, he does say allegedly a lot. Damn, that just makes him even more intolerable. I was going to say this. I was listening to Jorge. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Jorge Masvidal. Like I said in the beginning of the channel, we met him. He was a very nice guy. Before he was going to fight Damian Maia, he did a little interview with us, and he was nice. He was a cool dude. Like, in real life, Street Jesus is actually a cool guy. But the circus of the three-piece and the soda and the ups and downs and all the fans sucking on that cock, it was getting to the point where I was like, I can't take this guy anymore. I can't do it. And it was just getting cringy. The Colby Covington thing was the icing on the cake, especially when you get dominated in a fight and you got to jump him in the street. Allegedly, it's not him. Anyway, I'm flipping back around because I was listening to him today in the media scrum, and for the most part, he didn't annoy me. Like, he was all right. You know, he got a little cringe, but that's okay. Cringe is not terrible. Jorge wasn't that bad in the media scrum. He wasn't. I could actually listen to the guy. Usually I got to shut it off. I'm like, all right, what is this guy talking about? But today it wasn't bad. So I'm hoping this. If Jorge beats Gilbert, which I'd rather see Gilbert win, just as a fan, I like Gilbert Burns way better than Jorge still, even if he's coming around a little bit. I still like Gilbert better as a person. But Jorge wins, there's more juice. You got the crazy Jorge fans saying, let's go, he's the best, he's this and that, he was going to beat Leon and he's going to get the belt and blah, blah, blah. Like, I kind of want that. And we could make a serious argument for Jorge winning this fight. I feel like the UFC is doing everything in their power to say, Jorge, listen, this is your fight. It feels like the BMF fight. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like when they lined him up with Nate Diaz, I kind of... You know, I love Nate, so I was leaning towards Nate in that fight, and Nate got destroyed, like legit pummeled in that BMF belt fight. This fight over here in Miami, I feel like that crowd is going to be for him. I know Gilbert Burns trains in Florida, and I know Gilbert Burns is a nice guy, but I have a feeling that place is going to be going wild for Jorge. I think this dude is going to go in there, and there's a very good chance he's going to fucking put Gilbert's lights out. You got to think he's preparing his wrestling. He's getting ready. Like, you could play the MMA math game, and Jorge lost to Wonder Boy, and Gilbert beat Wonder Boy. Gilbert smothered Wonder Boy. Gilbert would be a fucking idiot if he doesn't try to take Jorge down. Jorge's takedown defense is decent, unless you're fighting a Colby Covington who is relentless on him. But for the most part, Jorge has got a fairly decent takedown defense. He was able to pose problems for Kamaru Usman, who defeated Gilbert Burns. Now, you could play all this MMA math stuff. I just feel in this scenario right here, which I was going with Gilbert the whole way. The whole way I was going with Gilbert. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. The UFC would way rather have Jorge win this fight. Like, wait. Let's not count this guy out. And then they give him a ton of plus money. My man. I have been way off the Jorge train for a minute. I might just jump back on. Now, remember, anytime Jorge fights, especially as of late, I've been on the money with Jorge, saying how he's going to lose. You guys are delusional, this and that. This Gilbert Burns fight, It's a tough fight for him, yes, but a winnable fight. It is and if you're a Street Jesus fan and you're in the minority right now, because I got to be honest with you, a lot of haters out there, including myself, get this guy out of here. This fight is made for Street Jesus. Once I see that face-off, once I see the weight cut and how everything goes down at the press conference tomorrow, I will make a solid decision. But right now, gun to the head, I would have to pick Jorge. I would have to do it. And I know a lot of people are like, wait, Mystical, wait, what's going on here, man? You've been all anti-Jorge lately. Listen, I see that plus money. It's dangling in front of me. And I think it's a good underdog bet. I really do. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. We got some more donations coming in. Champ. Slow DK, how you doing? Thank you for being a member for 7 months. A double champion member.
Wonderful.
Muchas gracias.
Good to see my alleged son Noto in the chat. Will Vishwana break if I make her say Kai Noto? Points Moss.
Hey, how you doing? Wrong night, but thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kainoto. Appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. All right, chat. I'm telling you right now, I have been spot on with the Jorge stuff lately. I have. Ever since I made the mistake with the Nate Diaz thing, I've had my finger on the pulse of Jorge Masvidal. I've understood to pick against this guy at the appropriate times. I've completely understood it. There is nothing I gain by picking Jorge. I gain nothing from it. I mean, other than massive plus money. If you're a gambler and you see this lopsided, where's my bookie at? Let's see. Let's take a peek. I mean, the bait is there, and I want to gobble that bait up. First of all, Alex Pereira is still meaning plus money, considering he won 3 fights already. He's 3 for 3 against Izzy. How do you not take that plus? I understand Izzy had his moments in some fights, but he still lost. So Alex Pereira getting plus money. Now he's a plus 106. This will be even probably by the time. I probably should drop it in now, but we'll see. I'm gonna wait it out. I'm not gonna get too crazy. My bookie's got Masvidal plus 316. Like, what are we doing? A plus 316. Dude, guys, that is incredibly disrespectful to George. Is George the best welterweight out there? No. Is Gilbert the best? No. Now, Gilbert looked very good against Khamzat Chimaev, and I think a lot of people were like, well, what would Jorge do against Khamzat? Absolutely nothing. Khamzat would run him over. But I still think styles make fights, right? I think George could do enough to stop the takedown. I really do. I know that Gilbert was mauling Wonderboy. I understand that, but I still believe that Jorge went to the drawing board. He's got a very good team over there. Everything is on the line here. I understand he's got a ton of pressure on him, but everything is on the line. This fight could literally put him right back into play for a title. After on a 3-fight skid, it could put him right in play for a title. Jorge's got to win this. He has to win this fight. Whereas Gilbert, he could afford to lose a fight here and there. I mean, Gilbert's always in the mix. Win-loss, win-loss. He lost to Khamzat. He lost to Kamaru Usman. Lost to very good guys. He defeated Neil Magny. Is that a champion? No. He defeated Stephen Thompson. Very close to being champion. Very good striker. Very one-dimensional. Who, yes, beat Jorge Masvidal. And Tyron Woodley. 2 years, 10 months ago. Past the prime of Tyron Woodley. But he beat Tyron, the champ, right? Gilbert Burns' last win. Nate Diaz. Now, you might laugh and scoff at the Nate Diaz win, but not only did he beat Nate Diaz, he fucking destroyed him. He did something that Leon Edwards really couldn't do. Leon Edwards was very dominant in the Nate Diaz fight, but almost got knocked out in the final round. Right? Now, maybe if the cut doesn't happen, maybe Nate Diaz gets the almost knockout on Jorge in the final round. Maybe. But what Jorge did to Nate compared to what Leon did to Nate, it's apples and oranges. Jorge literally made him his bitch. Ben Askren knockout, the knee. We could just laugh at this, to be honest, because it really doesn't mean anything. And the only thing I see about this 3 years and 8 months ago, you know what this tells me? This tells me that Jorge Masvidal's going to be coming out there with a flying knee again. I have a feeling that he's going to try to catch Gilbert with that knee. He's going to try to do something. He's probably going to open up with a fucking, that little charge that he likes to do, come after Gilbert. I would not be surprised if we saw that again. Yeah. But I think this is a fantastic matchup. I do not feel that Jorge should be a plus 300. Should he be an underdog? Sure. But a plus 300? You'd be crazy not to take this bet. Even if you think Jorge is going to lose, you'd still be crazy not to put a couple of bucks on the plus 300. You'd be nuts. It's just too much. It's way too much. So that's where I stand on Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns. I'm sure some other sites might have even. Someone says Ashley says I saw plus 550. Dude, it's just nuts. Anything 300 and up is crazy. Gilbert's good, but pump the brakes. This fight is way more competitive than a plus 300 Jorge Masvidal.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The Sinosi.
Okay, put it on the line. Jorge wins, I donate 500 that night. You lose, well, we can get creative. I'm that confident Jorge is getting bodied.
Okay, let me make this very clear. Okay, thank you for the donation. First off, this is where I stand right now pre-prelims. This is where I stand, pre-face-offs, pre-press conference. Don't make bets on Wednesday. You make a bet on Wednesday, you might as well just shove your fucking thumb up your ass, or I don't know. It's dumb. I have to wait to get all the evidence. Like I said, I was picking Gilbert the whole way. Now I'm picking Jorge. I'm sitting on Jorge Masvidal. It makes all the sense in the world. If I see a face-off, or if I see something tomorrow with the banter back and forth, or if I see a Jorge that seems a little clouded, and I don't know, maybe the moment's too big for him, maybe, I don't know. If I see something, I'm going to go back to Gilbert again. But as we stand right now, I'm going to pick Jorge Masvidal for the win. For me to make a bet right now would be stupid. So thank you for the offer, but I respectfully decline.
Wonderful, wonderful.
D-Man Diaz.
George finna take that ugly mug's head clean off. Gilbert will be overconfident. Also, Pata will finish burying an own sannyas reputation by ripping his heart out of his chest this Saturday. Hit the fucking like Sky Noto.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tropic Tom.
Moss will go for anything that dangles in front of him. Line him up, fellas.
I'm assuming that's a homosexual joke. And I'm cool with the homosexuals, so I take no offense to that. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. Sinosi coming in.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I take it back. I'll toss 1K if Jorge wins, but you gonna offer a good counter for the loss because I need entertainment. Betting line is disrespectful. It should be plus 500.
Oh my God. This is why I got the microphone. This is why I got the show. I would never drag my audience into a bet like that on Wednesday. Fight Saturday, you still got to see the weigh-ins. Never do that. Oh, maybe I would. Maybe I would. But in this situation over here, I call this fight a pick'em. I do. I would say that Jorge Masvidal versus Gilbert Burns is a pick'em fight. This should be very close, in my humble opinion. I don't think that this fight should be such a lopsided fight. Yes, he could win this fight for sure. And yes, Gilbert most likely should be the favorite because he's coming off of a fight against Hamza where some argue that he won. He beat Wonder Boy, who beat Gilbert Burns. MMA math, right? Is that enough MMA math to make the man a plus 300? And as Sinosi says, a plus 500? Sinosi, the man that loves the underdog, going to skip on this bet? He's losing his touch. Why would Sinosi skip on a bet like this? Just giving that plus money to you in a fight that should be a pick'em.
Super chat.
Disappointing.
Here's
Region.
$20 for you to put on Jorge. That way we both can lose $20.
I will not do that to you, but I promise after the weigh-ins, I will not do that.
Wonderful.
I'm not doing that. Gotta get all the info.
It's about the matchup and this spells death for Jorge. Jorge doesn't fare well against grapplers/wrestlers. The dude gets wrestle fucked. If you can grapple and strike, well, that's why he's a huge dog in that fight. Burns is gonna kill him.
He doesn't do well against grapplers and wrestlers. Meanwhile, Ben Askren was probably one of the best grapplers that ever stepped in an octagon because that's all he could do. He was a one-trick pony and he could just grapple. Dude was crushing watermelons. Jorge put him out in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. He put a knee through his skull and put him out. And I hate to have to use that reference. The guy literally made it into the UFC off of just grappling. And he is a joke. But his grappling is probably... Who's got better grappling, Kainoto? Ben Askren or Gilbert Burns? Who's a better grappler? Please. I understand Gilbert Burns is a jiu-jitsu specialist. But just grappling alone, who's the better grappler? Ben Askren was a guy that was helping out Kamaru Usman because of his grappling. When Kamaru Usman was training and Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley was having help from Ben Askren because of Ben's grappling. Ben's a fucking legendary grappler. Now, he can't throw a punch, but sure he can grapple. And here in front of me, I have a picture of Jorge drilling his knee through his fucking skull. All you gotta do is paint this guy brown over here. And this could be the look on Gilbert Burns' face. Let me ask you a question. Who's a better striker? Who's a better striker, Gilbert Burns or Jorge Masvidal? Gilbert Burns got power. He does. But who's just a better boxer? Jorge Masvidal not only is a better boxer, he's got a longer reach. Jorge Masvidal does have takedown defense, but when you're fighting a big guy like Colby Covington, like you put Colby against Gilbert Burns, Colby's a big dude compared to Gilbert. Guys, it's styles. Make fights. To make Ben Askren, to make George Masvidal a plus 300 underdog, and this is the point I'm trying to make. Making him a plus 300 underdog in this fight is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous bet. Even if you think Burns is going to win the fight, you'd be crazy not to put a couple of bucks on there because Jorge has a lot of paths to victory. Jorge has many paths to winning this fight. I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm going to stay composed. I'm not going to place a bet. I'm not going to be irrational. Of course, I still have to take all the information in. And to the people that have been around this show for a minute, they've understood that, and they've heard me be very hard on Jorge Masvidal. I thought he had no shot against Colby Covington. I had many fights with the audience about that. Many fights. I thought he had no shot against Kamaru Usman. I had many fights about that. Last time I was wrong about him was Nate Diaz, and I was very biased. Very, very biased. But now that I've collected all the evidence, and here I sit on a Wednesday and see that plus money, don't dangle that in front of me, baby. Don't do it. We'll collect all the data. We'll watch the face-offs. We'll watch the weigh-ins. We'll see what we got. We'll even check out the press conference, see if we get any information from that. Then on Friday, on this show, I could be making that underdog bet. I could be putting it out there. But right now, I have moved from Gilbert Burns to Jorge Masvidal, and there's nothing you can do to change me about it. But I would like to hear your predictions and picks as well. Thank you, Kendall Volker, for being a member for 17 months. Come on.
Wonderful.
Saying Dot is the real king of Miami. Dot is a fucking beast, man. Legendary. King of the streets.
Wonderful.
We got Ninja Show coming in.
I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm right. Jorge Masvidal is a better wrestler/counter wrestler than Gilbert Burns. Burns also said he wants to bang with Jorge. Good luck with that Afro puff.
You know what? Burns did very well with Khamzat, countering Khamzat's a grappling attack. So I'm not gonna shit on that too much. But Jorge Masvidal has a very good takedown defense. He does. Colby Covington had his number. That was easy. Picking Colby Covington was super simple. This fight is not that simple. It's way more complex than they're giving Jorge Masvidal a plus 300. It's just out of control. I understand it's fun when the cart, the bandwagon is burning. It's fun to just throw some more gasoline on that. I have thrown a lot of gasoline on the bandwagon. I'm about to put it out. Come Friday, if everything stays the same, in my opinion, I'm about to go with Jorge Masvidal in this fight. A fight in Miami. A weird situation. Think about this to the conspiracy theorists out there. Jorge should be in jail, shouldn't he? Didn't he, quote unquote, give Colby Covington brain damage? All of a sudden, all the charges are dropped, and now he's a co-main event of a Miami card? Don't you find that a little strange, friends? Don't you find that a little strange out there? Let me say it again. Miami, co-main event against Gilbert Burns. Conveniently, Leon Edwards is the champion. A man that the three-piece and soda happened. History with the champ. You got the conspiracy stuff. You got the actual matchup itself. He can get it done. Very convenient. If you're into the conspiracy stuff. There are a lot of ways to bet on Jorge Masvidal. His confidence is through the roof. And let me just put this out there too. Gilbert Burns is saying, if I win, the kiss of death. When a fighter says, if I win, talking to the media. I don't hear Jorge Masvidal saying, if I win. No, Jorge's like, I'm going to win. I got no choice. Gilbert's saying, if I win. He's a nice guy, but I hear doubt. There's a lot of things, man. Like I said, with a plus 300. Whew. Let's listen to a little Jorge stuff here. Now, we saw him in the whole hallway, or the Horway with Kevin Holland. We saw a little bit of that. What does he got over here?
But if he can't beat you, maybe.
This is a little Gilbert Burns stuff. Now, I like Gilbert. I really do. I got to be honest with you. I'm rooting for Gilbert. I like Gilbert a lot. I kind of want to see Gilbert get another shot, He just seems like a cool dude. He's like, whatever. I win this fight. I don't deserve a title. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me. Company man.
That's it for him. Maybe that's it for his career. He even said it on the countdown. So do you think that's a mistake to maybe already be looking at, like, if I can't beat Gilbert Burns, maybe I need to retire?
That's his opinion. I don't think he's a true fact that he's saying. I think it's just opinion. That guy can talk. I like to listen to him talk. He talks good. I gotta give that to George. George is a character.
What a nice guy Gilbert Burns is, man. The problem with nice guys is you get skipped, and other people fight for belts. So that's a bummer. I would love to see Burns get gold. I would. Maybe Burns is the dark horse of the division. I would love to see him get it. I just feel like, like I said, if you're a conspiracy person, you're listening to this guy, you're like, this guy's not going to win. This guy's paid to lose.
And I don't know what to say. I think I don't know. He thinks whatever he wants. He has his own opinion. I just don't like the fact that a fighter start thinking about retirement, talking about retirement.
Yeah, you don't like fighters talking about retirement, but I don't like when fighters say, well, if I win. You're kind of doing the same thing. You're expressing doubt, telling me that you're not fully confident. Gilberto?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Gorge literally put his knee through a wrestle fucking grappler's skull. He almost killed him. Also check it out. Jorge only struggles against grapplers when he's outsized. Hit the fucking like Sky Noto.
There you go. Think about that. Very true. The grapplers that Jorge has a problem with are the guys that are bigger than him. He's bigger than Gilbert. He is. Jorge Masvidal is a bigger guy. He's physically bigger than Gilbert with a longer reach. Now, I understand Khamzat Chimaev is a bigger guy too, and people are going to be throwing that out there. This fight's going to be epic. It is. The co-main event is fire. The fact that Jorge is getting such plus money on this thing blows my mind, and I love it. I love everything about this fight. When they were making it, I was like, God, Jorge again. Here we go. Isn't this guy jumping people in streets? I had enough. But now it's here. I'm in. I'm pumped up. I'm fired up. And I love that I'm on the other side right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're Team Street Jesus, I'm with you tonight. We're together. I never thought I'd see this day again. But we, tonight, we're Team Jorge. Tonight, you have me back. The people that I've gone back and forth with on Jorge Masvidal before, I'm with you. You got me back. I'm here. Enjoy the moment. Now, the people that are upset that I have jumped over to the Jorge side, I apologize. There probably will be a time where I hate him again. But this Saturday, you got me back, boys. Even though he's throwing those crazy knee videos out there, I don't care. I'm plus money, Jorge. Let's see, Jorge. What do you got?
To rephrase Morgan, I currently got 3 felonies because this bitch Kobe says I gave him a brain injury. So how the fuck is he gonna fight for any title? Is what I want to know. You know, like how could you? The UFC's gonna get sued if that guy goes in there and something like that happens, right? Because supposedly, allegedly,
there's an allegedly.
Didn't do shit. He says I gave him a brain injury. I didn't do shit, though.
I wanted to ask you about that. There was a lot of allegeds about that day. Allegedly, you were wearing a COVID mask. Is that true?
Everybody knows I don't wear no COVID mask. So there we go. That's bullshit right there.
Oh, it's a double negative. That means you do. So he's saying...
Allegedly,
it couldn't have happened.
Allegedly this, allegedly that. Yeah.
Okay, so Jorge's defense, they say he... You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. By the way, let me just shout out Dakota, baby. Thank you for triple champing, baby. You just membered up as Dakota. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Let me catch up on these donations here. We'll talk a little more Jorge. We'll get to the main event, other fights.
Super chat.
It's a jam-packed show tonight. Region Car Culture.
You know what? You've convinced me. Let me get that $20 back so I can put it on Jorge.
No, it's set in stone, motherfucker. But thank you. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. You're supporting us, and we're going to make sure we give you damn good content for it. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. No refunds.
Let's go, champ.
There we go. Dakota becoming a triple champion. Woo! Come on. A triple champ member? Thank you, Dakota. Appreciate it. And thank you, everyone that dropped a donation. I want to thank everyone that hit the like button. 90 people, very good human beings. With 200 people watching, I'm not the best at math, but I feel like that's just all wrong. Must hit that like button. It's completely free. And it's wonderful, wonderful. Bash it up, baby. 150 likes will be the goal of the evening. So smash it up. We're not far away. We're not too far away. We can make dreams come true. So Jorge Masvidal's defense is, I don't even believe in COVID. I don't wear masks. I don't wear those surgical COVID masks. I don't do that stuff. And they're saying I jumped Colby Covington and had a COVID. I don't wear that. So that is the, it's okay, that one guy. I forgive you. I forgive you. If you remember, I forgive you. Yeah, it's an interesting defense there. So Jorge's, that's it. The lawsuit's gone, right? It's gone. It's all over and done with. Let's see what else we got here.
To rephrase Morgan, I currently got 3 felonies because this bitch Kobe says I gave him a brain injury. So how the fuck is he gonna fight for any title? Is what I want to.
Okay, we saw that. We saw this. Okay, potty mouth.
I never underestimate anybody that has 2 hands and 2 feet, but
what a brilliant line. I never underestimate anyone. Come on, stop it, bro. Who write? Does someone write this?
I never underestimate anybody that has 2 hands and 2 feet.
Does anyone underestimate anyone that has 2 hands or 2 feet? What a line.
But I don't stop thinking about also that after this fight, I'm going to England. I'm going to use that belt
But if you have 1 hand, well, I'll underestimate them. Like Nick Newell, very underestimated.
to beat it over Leon's head and then come back to his great country and defend that belt. So it's not something that I don't think of. It's in the back of my mind, definitely. But first is Gilbert. Eliminate him in an impressive fashion, and there'll be talk of nobody else fighting for nothing else but me, you know. Last I checked, UFC's a pay-per-view selling business. Kobe ain't never broke 300,000 pay-per-views in it.
He's not wrong about that. A lot of fighters, a lot of people misunderstand the fact that they think Colby Covington's a big draw. I don't know what pay-per-view was the big draw. I have no idea. Now, he makes it interesting, yes, but he still hasn't moved the needle for pay-per-view numbers. This is actually a fact, and I like Colby. I like Colby a lot. I'm a fan of Colby, but it's true. I don't think he did break 300. I don't think he did.
His life, except when he fought me. Leon's not a pay-per-view draw. All of a sudden, they're just putting on events to put him on? I don't think so, you know. So as long as I do my job Saturday, everything else will fall into place.
Man, could you imagine on a 3-fight losing streak? What a charmed life this man has. Could you imagine this guy is on a 3-fight skid? They actually made a BMF belt for this guy to fight Nate Diaz. The Rock comes out, puts the belt around his waist. Could you imagine, fast forward 2023, Jorge Masvidal on a 3-fight skid, about to go to the jail, wins against Gilbert Burns, and then fights Leon Edwards for the title? The WWE era is here, baby. Think about how ridiculous that is. Think about how ridiculous that would be. Now, listen, as a man that runs an MMA show, of course, I would want to see that because it's going to be a circus. I like circuses. But what a slap in the face to that weight class. And I got to be honest with you. If Jorge sparks Gilbert Burns in the first round, gets on the mic, puts on a promo in front of the Miami crowd, the fucking roof is torn off, you know damn well that the UFC is going to be like, I like Colby, but I like money too. He's going to get the title shot. Has a fight been announced for Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington? There's rumors. Dana says he's next. But has a fight actually been announced? This guy could fucking skip the line on a 3-fight skid. It's nuts. It's freaking crazy. So now I definitely understand why people are rooting against Masvidal, because the circus continues. I get it, man. But yet there's nothing confirmed yet. Why do you think that is? Would the UFC confirm a fight? I guarantee. See, here's the thing. I guarantee that Leon Edwards is like, I'm not signing any contracts until this fight happens. Leon's the champ. I think he's like, UFC, pump the brakes. And I think the UFC is like, well, we like money. Okay, we'll wait. I guarantee that's why the fight hasn't been locked up. This is a pretty funny GIF, though. I got to put this up here. Hold on. I can't click on it. Anyway, do you see this one? Someone responded, he won fair and square. Fantastic. That was after the Colby just dominated him. And he's like, well, he won fair and square. Let me go jump him outside of a restaurant. As you could tell, I don't believe Jorge Masvidal. I believe he did jump Colby Covington. But I guess innocent until proven guilty, right? Let's look at a little Kevin Holland action.
Was it difficult to process? I mean, kind of those setbacks at all?
What setbacks? A broken hand and getting raped by Chimaev? I don't think I care about either one of those. Wonder Boy or Chimaev.
What do you guys think of Kevin Holland? I have like this weird love-hate relationship with the guy. In the beginning, I wasn't the biggest fan. I felt like he talked a little bit too much. And then he really won me over. He started like, I don't know, he was very funny. And then he knocked out Jacare, who I love Jacare Souza. And the way he did it, I was like, damn, man, this guy's legit. He's stepping in on short notice. He'll fight anybody. I really started to like this guy. And then, I don't know, something happened where Kevin Holland started becoming like a prick. I don't, maybe he's not. Maybe I'm reading him wrong. Maybe it's just swag. I don't know. Like, he kind of shits on the fans. I listened to the media scrum, and he was like kind of shitting on the fans and saying that, I don't know, it was weird. It was like this half-ass compliment and then crapping on fans, and then he kind of backpedaled. Maybe he's just not bright. He's exciting, and he is funny at times, but I can't put my finger. Do we like Kevin Holland? Do we like this guy? What do we think? Like, is he cool? Is he not cool? Where should we go with this? Because 1 minute, you didn't see Sonosi, what he said about the fans. Like, I was like, wait, what are you talking about? It's really weird. I guess maybe he's talking about the trolls without saying it. I can't figure it out. Taking Holland over George. Well, that's why you like him. You hate George, and he's starting fights in the hallway, so Team Holland, I get that. Not really. I like him. Hold on, let's see. Do you like Kevin Holland? Like I said, I'm in the middle. I was a big fan of this guy. Yes, when he started, if you watch some of our fight reactions, I was all betting on the guy, loved the guy. You know? But I don't know, there's something weird. I can't put my finger on it. I say, yeah, trolls. Holland is different. I like him. He cool. Meh. He pulled that retirement thing, and it's like he's not even in a position to even, I don't know, it's just weird. Holland more is what? Holland more is he retires? I don't know what that means. How many losses is he now? What has he done for the sport again? He hasn't. The only thing that Holland, his biggest thing is taking fights. He'll take anything. Like he didn't have to take that Hamzat fight. You know? What's up, bro? How you doing? He says, we like him. Okay. He's salty and selfish. Seems like, I don't know, attitude is off. Yeah, it's weird. Couple of interviews with the press. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about him anymore. Don't throw away my only black friend. Oh, come on. Jeez. If you notice, we have more black fighters than white fighters on this show. Have you noticed that? If anything, we're racist. We're racist against white fighters and females. Female fighters. Very limited on them. He's a spoiled prick. Yeah, there's something about the guy. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to shit on Holland. I'm just trying to put my finger on if I like him or not. I used to love the guy. He was literally like one of my top 5 for a while. Like one of my top 5. I'll take Chris Curtis any day over Kevin Holland. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Curtis is the fucking man. It's okay, even if he doesn't do interviews with us anymore. It's fine. I forgive him. I spoke to him briefly today. Very nice guy. And I can't believe he's not on the card, the press conference tomorrow. It makes no sense. I'm brown enough to judge. He doesn't fight that great. Yeah, like, where does Kevin even fall? Like, he's not a ranked guy right now. Like, he's kind of in limbo. Like, he's in welterweight, and I think this is right for him. But where does he fall? He doesn't beat the top guys at welterweight. Although I would love to see him fight Masvidal. That's a great fight. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow he'll knock it out of the park, and I'll be like, all right, I'm back on. Anyway, let's get back to what Kevin had to say here. Trying to figure it out, man. I know I'm pretty sure Jesse's not a big fan of him. I can't remember anymore. We got to ask Jess when she comes back on.
I would have been a big win. Brunson or Vittori probably would have been a big win. They've been in the top 15 for how long? All these other wins are just good paychecks in the bank. You know what I mean? And don't get me twisted. I love the paycheck in the bank.
Well, I guess that's interesting because that's what I was going to ask you. Is like, knowing your popularity, I think you can fight anybody in the division and people will tune in. So do you care about like rankings and making a charge to the top, or does that even matter to you?
Nah, it doesn't really matter. I guess it mattered for a while. I'm 30 now, so it's like really like what's whatever. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to get ranked at 170, see how far I can get, and then go back to 85. But
I would like to see Kevin go on a run. Like, I really would, just because he's an exciting striker. But then after that performance against Wonderboy, you know, Wonderboy's still a G, but Wonderboy's 40. You know? And then I'm thinking, man, you saw what Hamzat did to him. So if you get Colby Covington's and even like Kamaru Usman still, I don't think Usman's done. Gilbert Burns, I feel like would be a massive problem for him. There's so many guys, like Shavkat's, and there's so many guys who would do so many bad things to this guy. And so I feel like he's kind of in limbo. Maybe if he keeps on taking short notice fights and makes it exciting and as a company man, maybe he can just be like, you know, the people's champ type deal. We'll see. He's only 30.
But, you know, in this world that we're living in, I'll take whatever they give me, and whatever they give me is good enough because there's a whole lot of zeros going in my banking account, so it's kind of hard to complain.
Now, let me say this. You want to hear this? You think I'm shitting on Kevin Holland? I'm being all nasty, this and that. Well, I got to be honest with you. As I was looking at it, I like Ponzinibbio, but I feel like, is Kevin Holland an under in this thing? Because I feel like Kevin Holland, if he's plus money, he's a great bet. I'm going to say it. I feel right over here, they're saying, oh, wait, hold on. Who's the plus? Wow, what the fuck is up with their website? Oh, man. Kevin Holland's a minus 245? Oh, my God. I can't bet on that one. Is that where we're going? Wow, Ponzi a plus 220. Dude, where are they coming up with this shit? I mean, Ponzi didn't look great. As of late, he's been a little exposed. Beat Morono. Actually, knocking out Morono is pretty impressive, especially on short notice. He didn't look great in that fight. But he took him on short notice and knocked him out. Morono's not the type of guy you just run over. Oh, my God. Ponzi getting plus money. Damn, bro. I was hoping that Holland was going to get plus money on that fight. I feel like Holland should be the underdog. Why is Ponzinibbio the underdog in that fight? Oh, my God. Yeah, plus 200. Ponzi is tempting. Shit. I feel like Kevin's going to win. I do. But I would only place the bet if he was plus money. I feel like he should be the under. Wow. A plus two. Dude, these odds are fucking nuts. I have a feeling, Vegas is going to be popping on Saturday. Yeah, Ponzi, I mean, this guy, before the injury, like, this guy was like, he was unstoppable. And then, like, when he came back, he lost to Michel Pereira. He lost to Jeff Neal, which, I mean, those aren't bad losses. Miguel Baeza win, and then Jingliang Li. Wow. Man. Not terrible losses. But is 36 years old. Oof. Ponzi could grapple the fuck out of him. What do we got here? 6 foot 6'3". Wow. Yeah. Holland's got that 7-inch reach. Damn, So it's funny. We were talking about this last week. I was curious, like, I wasn't sure how psyched I was for this card. But as I'm looking at the odds, as I'm listening to the media scrum, I'm like all in. I am all in, man. I really, this card went from, 7 out of 10. The other day we were ranking it. I'm in. I love this card. I love the plus money on this card. The matchups are getting more and more interesting. This card is definitely, it's got my attention. I think Bare Knuckle made a massive mistake having their big press conference for the Rockhold Mike Perry, which was pretty interesting, by the way. And shout out to Ben Rothwell. Ben Rothwell killed it, stole the show. So shout out to Big Ben. But I think they made a massive mistake having that this week because it's just going to get devoured by this UFC 287 card. Wow. Okay, let me know in the chat. Are you picking? Did you guys hear Rothwell? Just go to the beginning of their press conference and listen to Ben. Hilarious. He was calling out Chael Sonnen. He's like, I don't have an opponent. I'll fight fucking Chael right now. Like, legit, like, Ben is a G, man. Ben Rothwell is a fucking G. One of my favorites. The guy is fucking, he's like just a cool dude. Hilarious. He is a legend, man. I got to get him back on. He's such a cool dude, man. He called out, he said he'll fight anybody. Then horsed around about Christine Ferreira, about fighting her and stuff like that. Really funny guy. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Let me know in the chat. Are you going to pick Kevin Holland, who I just found out is a big favorite, or Santiago Ponzinibbio? Which way are you going with this? I just assumed Kevin was going to be the underdog. I'm shocked right now. Like, I'm actually shocked that he's that big of a favorite. Who are you picking? Pick Ben. Holland. Mexican Moss. Holland. What? Probably Holland, but need to see Friday's weigh-ins. Holland by knockout. Ponzinibbio and Holland still won't get Fight skid. What? Won't get cut 5 fight skid. Ponzinibbio and Holland still won't get cut 5 fight skid. I don't know what that means. Big Mouth, can't wait for Oppressor tomorrow. If Kevin stayed in Dagestan, I pick him. Wish Joe Rogan had befriended Ben Rothwell instead of Shab. Yeah, right? Yeah. I tell you, Ben Rothwell is wild, man. He's got a wild sense of humor. Rooting for Ponzi, Holland all day, but my bet is plus 1.5 rounds. Nasty Nate, rooting for Ponzo, but head sums Kevin. I'll say Kevin. We will find out soon. Ben Rothwell is funny. Smokey by a knockout. Okay. All right, so we're just hopping around over here. Let's look at what else. So I'm on MMA Junkie's Instagram. Go follow MMA Junkie. Let's talk about a little main event stuff. We're going to bounce around pretty much to all the fights on the card. I'm just going through like the media scrum stuff, like what stands out. But first off, how about Pereira walking around with the Pikachu jacket? I fucking love this guy. All I need him to do is speak English. He's trying. He's really trying. I see him learning English, and I love that. Dude, Pereira could be one. If he just, like, this guy could be one of my favorites. He might be in my top 5. And I like his bromance with Glover Teixeira. You know how I feel about Glover. I've been on the Glover train for a minute. Got to touch the man and interview him. It was fantastic. I got so hard when I was doing that in wet. But I love their bromance that's going back and forth. And he's got the Pikachu jacket, and he's just trolling the hell out of Izzy. Such a, listen, both guys are likable in their own way. Izzy's likable. I know people shit on him. I know I shit on Izzy a lot too. But I don't hate the guy. I really don't. It may come across like you may think I hate Jorge and Izzy. I don't. I don't hate these guys. It's just sometimes I got to be a fan, But he's got the jacket going. Here's Izzy. By the way,
This is probably.
did Izzy get like Botox or some shit? My man looks like about 5 years younger. His eyebrows all done up. Like, my man's looking like he's looking like a tranny for some. Like, I was looking at him like, bro, did this guy get a little smoothed out or something? Did he get Botox? Did he get like a facelift? Do you guys see this, or am I seeing things here? Or does Izzy look more feminine? Stem cells in his face? Is he wearing makeup? He might be wearing makeup. Dude, look at the fucking the gif underneath. Dude, he looks like that. Why is my man turning lots of facials? Why is Izzy looking more feminine? Listen, Izzy could fucking kill me. But I can't get past. He looks like Grace Jones. What is going on? I was freaked out. I was in the gym and I have it propped up on one of those bike thingies. And I'm just fucking going. In the middle of all the old people at the gym, I'm just going, huffing and puffing. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. Just looking at his face. I'm like, his face looks so young and feminine.
The greatest storyline in MMA history. And
the greatest storyline in MMA history. I tell you what, one of the better rivalries. It is some rivalry. How they pluck Pereira and have him just bypass the line and say, go get him. Like, it's the most fucked up thing they could have ever done to Izzy. Don't test yourself, buddy. Don't test yourself. We're going to put people in front of you you're going to beat, and then you're going to fucking kill our champion because we don't want Izzy here anymore. Let's be honest here. The UFC did Adesanya dirty with Pereira. Did him dirty. Just made him skip the fucking line. And you guys know I shit on Izzy a lot, but come on, guys. We all know what happened, and they did Izzy dirty. I am shocked that Izzy is just not hitting the mic and be like, yo, come to think of it, what's up, UFC? Why are you doing this shit to me? Why is he wearing a fucking pearl necklace? My man, I just noticed this right now. My man has a fucking pearl necklace on. Dude, what the fuck? Izzy fans, what is happening to this guy? Why does he have a fucking pearl necklace on? Is that fucking Pereira's semen around his neck? What is that?
it's coming. Okay, it's coming.
So, my man looking like a chick. Why is this happening? Why does Izzy look like a chick?
This is probably the greatest storyline in MMA history. And
so you think he's going to cry here? You think he's going to get emotional? You think something's going to happen? No, no, no. He's going to give you one of his signature moves, and he's very consistent with this move. Here we go.
It's coming. Okay, it's coming.
I'm coming. I'm coming!
Yeah, it's probably one of, if not the greatest.
He just burps. Like, that's his thing. Every time he's being interviewed by the media, there's a belch, which is hilarious to me because Jessie can't stand that stuff, like bodily functions happening. Like, she's not into that yet. This is like one of her favorite fighters. He's constantly burping.
Storyline in MMA history. And not many people get the opportunity to show how...
He looks hot, man. He looks... I tell you what, man, he's a pretty sexy chick. You put some fucking... Think about it. He's got nice long legs. Put a wig on this guy. He's got big lips. My man's sexy. If you're into that dark chocolate, I don't know, man. A lot of beers, you know, a lot of alcohol in the system. You might take this girl home. You might. You might just take this fucking girl home, guys. You wake up the next day, the wig falls off. You're like, that's fucking Israel Adesanya.
Great they are to rise to the occasion when all the odds are stacked against them, when people have counted them out. And for me, this fight, I feel like the...
He has French manicures. He doesn't have one right now.
...underdog. I feel like everyone's counting me out. I feel like, you know, because of the results of the last fight, people were just like, you know, goldfish memories. They forgot what I've done in this game. They forgot who I am.
Well, we didn't forget. You lost 3 fights. You lost to Pereira 3 times. No one forgot.
And it's time to
you're about to lose a 4th.
Remind people how great I am. This is my Eminem moment, my 8 Mile moment, you know?
If I lived with him, I'd probably hate him, but I can tolerate it in short terms because he never let me down as a fighter. Well, yes, he... Jesse... One second. One second. Give me a second. Just 1 second. Just one. Jesse sniffing her hands. Chris going full retard.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm sorry.
Get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Are you doing Eminem? Oh, God. My man's just spitting some Eminem bars. Let's start it from the beginning here. Here we go.
This is probably the greatest storyline in MMA history. And it's coming.
I'm coming.
Okay, it's coming.
I'm coming!
Yeah, it's probably one of, if not the greatest storyline in MMA history. And not many people get the opportunity to show how great they are, to rise to the occasion when all the odds are stacked against them, when people have counted them out. And for me, this fight, I feel like the underdog. I feel like everyone's counting me out. I feel like, you know, because of the results of the last fight, people were just like, you know, goldfish memories. They forgot what I've done in this game. They forgot who I am. And it's time to remind people how great I am. This is my Eminem moment, my 8 Mile moment, you know. You get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, and this is it.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not once in a lifetime. It's your 4th time. 4th in a lifetime. This is your 4th. This is your 4th in a lifetime. That's not how the lyrics go. I got to be honest with you. I don't hate. I actually. Opportunity comes 4th in a lifetime. It's his 4th. It's your 14th. Oh my God, dude. All right. Oh, fucking hell, man. But without Izzy, without Izzy, we don't have content, right? He's at least playing the game. So I gotta listen. I it's easy to pick apart and dissect the silliness of him talking to the media, and I get what he's saying. But my goodness, like, if we didn't have this, if he was just giving generic responses, we wouldn't have a bit here. You know what I'm saying? So is that a YouTube short? Yeah, we have to at least appreciate the cringe, man. So I do appreciate that from Izzy. And I got to be honest with you, if Izzy wins this fight, this is a massive one. Just like I said the last time, if Izzy wins this fight, or last fight, the emotions that will come out of this man, the scene that will, the stage that'll be set, and Izzy on there with the belt back around his waist. Actually, this is bigger, you know? He lost his belt after losing 3 times to the Boogeyman, comes back. I'm just thinking about the Eminem rap song. Comes back and, you know, I'm just picturing the emotional moment. It really would be something special. If Izzy wins, gets redemption. If Jorge wins, which, I mean, this man is really needing a win right now. Jorge needs it more than anything. An emotional Jorge win, a very emotional Izzy win. I mean, you were talking a really special night. We're also talking a bunch of very upset fans that don't like these guys. But I think we could still appreciate a special moment, right? Are we that heartless? Are we that cold where we can't sit there? Can we, if Izzy wins this fight, do we hate this man that much that we're not going to just enjoy the moment? Let me know, because I got to be honest with you. I don't hate Izzy. If Izzy wins, I will appreciate the moment for what it is. I'm picking Pereira. This ain't Bud Light jokes. Guys. But I mean, it's a great moment. It really is a massive, special moment. You know he's going to be very emotional. And I would enjoy it. And think about my co-host. Jesse's going to be very emotional too. It's a big moment for the guy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tropic Tom.
Someone get this. Whatever, he's a Bud Light.
Are you confused of the gender? I mean, listen, he's in touch with his feminine side, I guess, but he's looking more effeminate every time we see him.
Super chat.
Region car culture.
You can't say don't miss your chance to blow while simultaneously wearing a pearls and looking like you're mid-transition. Give this man a Bud Light.
I think I found our next emoji, but how do we get rid of Jeff Molina? We can't. Do we substitute Molina for the Bud? Do we substitute Molina for the Bud emoji, guys? We're not sponsored for Bud, so no. The answer is no. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. He is wearing a pearl necklace. I mean, what? Like, how do we not crack jokes, right? How do you not?
Wonderful, wonderful.
If Izzy wins, especially by KO, I thought Jess' reaction for Whittaker was funny. She'll be gloating like hell.
She is way pregnant now, so I don't know if she'll be going. I don't know how her reaction will be. I don't think you're going to get the "I told you so." I think it's going to be more of a release of thank God emotion. If I had to guess, I don't know what to expect. I don't know. Jesse's in the chat. So, Jess, what could we expect if Izzy actually redeems himself? Coming off of getting finished in his last fight and losing his belt. She said she'd go into labor. Oh, my God. That would be terrible.
Let's go, champ.
Mike Alfieri, how you doing? 12 months a member. Says, yeah, I survived a year. Let's go. Thank you for being a double champ, baby. Double champ. Man, I feel so sick, man. I got this sore throat.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Appreciate you guys hanging out.
You gotta make the easy burps up come emoji.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? Just a compilation. Can anyone get... If someone could make us a compilation of Izzy's burps, I will make a song out of it. I promise you. No, God. Can I do... I don't know if I should do that. A cum burp song donation. How do I do that in a way where it's family friendly? I mean, I gotta be. I could see it now. I could see the Izzy burp donation. Like, how do I do it in a way where I don't get into too much trouble? The Izzy jizz burp. If someone could make me a compilation of Izzy's burps, I will try to put something together. It's not really family friendly, but it is enough. Like, if you think about it, like, we do go there, but we could be way worse. I could be way worse. I was way worse in the beginning. I've definitely calmed down. My family friendly, yeah. Like, Ellie watches it. She's not even 2 yet, but she's. I mean, you know, we have a very interesting sense of humor. But it's childish. I could go a lot worse. You know? I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. You know, I shouldn't say family friendly. I should say Google friendly. For instance, we have a Jeff Molina emoji. You don't really know why we have the Jeff Molina emoji. It's just there, you know? You just come to the conclusion of what it is. Okay, anyway. Where are we going with this? Let's go over to, MMA fighting. MMA fighting had some Izzy stuff too. We're going to get to Rosas Jr. We still got to get there.
So yeah, I'm down 3. And then this is like in every movie that you're one shot. This is my Eminem moment, my 8 Mile moment. You
Maybe we'll get more of the rap.
know? You get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. And this is it.
Hold on, let me read the comments. Is 0 for 3 and lost 2 by KO, winning by 1 KO. Won't prove much, gotta win multiple. This opportunity comes 4 times in his lifetime. Yeah, like everyone's making the joke. Down 3 fights, bro. Come on, 3-0. You've been bested 3-1. Won't be much of anything but a moral victory. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude. This guy is getting it. You think that's why he's dressing more effeminate and stuff like that? He's just like, man, I gotta distract people from trolling me. Man, he's catching it from all angles. Oh my God. I kind of feel bad for him. Like, but then I don't. Like, if you think about it, they're putting the public eye for, like, he knows what he signed up for, so it's not like, it is what it is, you know? You don't win. You're the highest of the high, the top of the game. You know, you're going to be catching these comments. Plus, the things he has said in the past, I can do your job. Like, dude, what? Bro, chill the fuck out. You know? Could you imagine a media member saying, yo, I could do your job. I could be a champ. Like, what the fuck? Like, or, you know, he's made some comments that got himself in hot water, so he kind of deserves what he's getting. I can't figure out why the hell he's turning into a woman. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Don't let him bully you, son.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Izzy is going to start his own fight promotion. It will be called MMA. He's already signed Molina and gotten Bud Light to sponsor. They will use a heart-shaped ring.
Wow. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Appreciate that. To my community out there, if there's any LGBTQ peeps in the chat, guys, it's all jokes here. We make gay jokes, we make straight jokes, we make all the jokes. So I do a little damage control right now. If you're just jumping in, just don't worry about it. We're not just... They're jokes. We're just kidding. No offense mean by it. We're just having a little fun over here, okay? If you don't like it, click off.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Check my DM. Oh, my God.
Must check your DM. Embarrassed smiley face.
Which ones? Which DMs am I checking? Which DMs am I checking? Discord? Let's see. It's music, so I can't play that, but it's ZZ Top Pearl Necklace. All right, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can't play that. Although I just looked at the memes. What the fuck are you guys doing? Oh my God. What happened? All right, I'll show you guys. What the fuck? Dude, all right, hold on. Let me just... The memes have gone off the hook on Discord. Just de-rest. All right. Is that Sonosi? Oh, that's Tropic Tom. Can you smell what the tropic is cooking? Here's... What the hell's going on, man? All right. Looks like a lot of WWE stuff. Bilal the false prophet Muhammad. Oh my God. Oh God. I know. Oh my God. Dude Danko. Is that Chrome? What the fuck? So we got MMA-Holes in here. Oh my God, dude. That's funny. Okay, go check out the Discord. This Sonosi is JBM. Oh, very nice. Very nice. It looks like it looks like autism has set in on the Discord. All right, what else we got here? We got Pahea too.
There are obviously a lot of other middleweights like Hamzat, Robert Whitaker, and Paulo. They all have their eyes on you too. A lot of them kind of if you win, it opens up a lot more potential fights for them. I'm curious if you've noticed any of these other guys, middleweights, like targeting you and saying that they have the tools to beat you, or you solely focus on Israel.
Dude, this guy, it looks like the night blanks, but it looks like it's just a still shot. How does this guy stay so fucking still? And he doesn't even know what this guy's saying. This guy he's creepy, man.
Bom, temos caras aí como o Whitaker, o Borrachinha, o Shimaev, né, falando aí todo mundo de olho em você, falando que consegue ganhar de você.
Man, I wish I could just fast. That's the only thing that sucks about Instagram. You can't fast forward.
3 depois.
We'll get to the translation.
Não tô pensando em ninguém específico, sinceramente. Quem o UFC colocar, depois dessa próxima luta, eu vou estar disposto, vou estar bem preparado, né? E, pô, falando no Borrachinha, falando no Whitaker, é uns caras que eu respeito, né?
I'm telling you, this guy learns English. He's gonna do what Paulo Costa exploded on social media. This guy is gonna, I mean, through the roof. This guy.
Eu não vejo eles falando assim mal de mim, querendo se promover.
They're obviously
Oh, so what the fuck is the translation?
Shimaev, pô, um cara que correu de todo mundo aí, depois falou que eu corri dele.
What the hell is on his gloves? Are those stones? I mean, his gloves, on his hands. What did he tattoo on his hands? Is these brains? What is that? Is that Israel Adesanya's brains splattered on his hands? I guess it's rocks. I guess. Stones.
Eu chamei ele para lutar na categoria de cima, porque ele me chamou, tipo, semanas depois, para lutar, sei lá, meses depois, mas muito pouco tempo, entendeu? Nessa minha categoria, é uma coisa que...
Still speaks better English than Stipe.
Muito difícil descer de peso também. É tão rápido, assim, eu sou profissional, eu tenho que fazer um trabalho bem feito. Pô, não tô perdido que nem ele, do jeito que ele tá. Então, Shimaev, não vou nem falar de Shimaev. Ok, Borrachinha, o Whitaker, se... o UFC achar que eu tenho que lutar com eles.
This is the problem, man. This is what's the problem with the press conference tomorrow too. He probably has so many gems coming out, and
eu não posso escolher. Eu tenho que lutar.
Well, this week I'm obviously focused on Israel, but talk about Whitaker and Paulo Costa. I know they want to fight me. They were never disrespectful. They always...
This guy would fucking kill Costa. I'm sorry. This guy would kill Costa. Whitaker's interesting. Whitaker's very interesting.
Kept the composure, so... But when you talk about Chimaev, he's a kind of guy that seems to be a little lost, talks too much.
Chimaev, pô, cara...
Right after my last fight, he said that he wanted to fight me, you know what I mean, on this weight class. He was right after the fight, everybody's injured, I could not make that weight. So I challenged him to fight at 205 pounds, ran.
Why would Hamza take that fight? The dude's trying to kill himself to get to welterweight. Why would he try to take a 205-pound fight? I mean, come on.
So, to be honest, if it's Whitaker or Paulo Costa, if the organization wants to put us to fight, it's my job to fight as the UFC champion, but I don't even want to talk about Chimaev.
All right, so he's doing something that Izzy is not doing. Izzy's trying not to look past Alex at all, right? That's what he's doing this time around. He's not looking past. He's not looking at matchups. He's just focused on his opponent. And this is interesting. You have Alex already talking about next matchups. That could be the kiss of death to the people that are on the Izzy train. That could be the kiss of death right there. We might have some information. Izzy was winning the last fight until he wasn't. What do you guys think? What do you take from this? There's really not much we can get from Pereira because his translation stuff. I mean, let's see. What do we got here?
So yeah, I'm down 3. And then this is like...
All right, we heard that. Yeah, it's really not much. He kind of gets lost. What did Chris say?
I'm not an Izzy fan. I'm not a fan of the fighting style.
He said that on our show. When he did come on, Chris, we miss you, Chris. What the fuck? By the way, Chris is looking so... This dude says he doesn't push weights. Like, this guy is jacked. Do you see his arms right now? This guy's arms looking like a fucking Action Man figure. Get what I did there? No, but like the guy's fucking huge. This is a tough fight, man, with Kelvin. I've been going back and forth on this.
Like the point fighting approach until something happens. Just not, nothing against him, no disrespect. He's a good champ. Just not a fan of it. I prefer Pereira. But at this, my mind says Pereira. At this point, though, my heart says it has to be Izzy. At this man has created his own boogeyman. You guys see the thing where he's like, Pereira said he only came to MMA because Izzy said like he'll be forgotten, nobody cares about him. So he followed him. I'm like, this guy took your life in kickboxing. You left to make a new life, and he followed you out of like spite. So now I kind of feel for Izzy. Like he has to win this fight. If he doesn't win this fight, and he's an anime guy too, I am too. So I'm thinking like the only thing left to do is either throw yourself off of a cliff.
Why is Curtis not? Why is he not at the press conference tomorrow? Why? It is confirmed. Chris Curtis is not at the press conference tomorrow. Why in God's name is this man? It's a disservice. He is the Black Sean Strickland. It's happening. It's literally happening. These guys are rubbing off on each other. Chris Curtis is just a better spoken version of Sean Strickland. He puts it out in a better way. He disguises it better. Why is he not on the fucking dais?
Or you sacrifice you go find a Cthulhu Eldritch Abomination. You make sacrifices and you ruin the world out of spite. The dude has to. I'm not an Izzy. So Izzy has to win for our sakes because that dude is gonna be at the end of his rope, and he has a personal boogeyman, and I feel for him. That's a terrifying thought to know everything you do, Alex Pereira is looking over your shoulder, just.
It's so true. It is so true. This poor fucking guy, Alex. We said it in the beginning of the show. Alex didn't even have to go through the UFC roster. He fought a couple of guys that he was supposed to beat those guys, including Sean Strickland. He was a casualty of Alex's rise up. But I mean, let's be honest, that was a favorable matchup for Alex. And Alex just fights for the belt. Just like that. Izzy actually had to do something. Now, Izzy did get... Here's the thing. If you look at Izzy's record, and this is something that's interesting. We've spoken about this before. It's not like Izzy had the toughest path either. That's what he was criticized for. People were saying it was like Conor McGregor, right? If you look at it, so he won his belt against Was it the Whitaker? It was Gastelum. No, wait. Was it Gastelum? Fuck, I don't even remember anymore. I remember that fight was a fucking war, but was that for the title? It was the title. Okay. God, I'm fucking losing my mind here. So it was the Kelvin fight. Go figure. One of his toughest fights of his career. That's when he wins the belt. Okay. I'm going to refresh my memory for a second here. Okay. So if we go through the gauntlet before Kelvin Gastelum, okay? We're going to go through the gauntlet. You have Anderson Silva. Now, yes, Anderson's the GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time. When he fought Izzy, was not the Anderson pre-Chris Weidman and all that fun stuff. It was post-Chris Weidman Anderson Silva, which in the octagon was not even close to what he was before. And if you remember watching that fight, Izzy kind of took his foot off the brakes. Like, Izzy was just in over his head in the moment, and that's why it went to a decision. Honestly, Izzy could have finished Anderson in that fight, but respectfully didn't. Derek Brunson. Well, we all know what happened with Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson's just not as good. I mean, he's okay. He's a good gatekeeper maybe, but come on. Brad Tavares, we've seen Brad lately, not the best. Marvin Vettori, gatekeeper. Robert Wing. Why can't I fucking talk? Is it the coffee? Let's try this again. Rob Wilkinson. Okay, Rob Wilkinson was 11-1. Now he's 18-2. Looks pretty good, right? You look over here. He's doing very well in the PFL, right? Doing pretty well. He looked very good against Thiago Santos, but still, it's in the PFL. He just beat a Thiago Santos that, let's be serious, Now, he probably fought this guy at the right time because I got to be honest with you. Now this guy is a little bit more well-rounded. Rob Wilkinson, if he ever found his way back into the UFC, could pose a problem. Izzy finished him in the second round. I feel that this could be a completely different fight. This fight over here actually stands out a little bit because if you look at the guys he fought, might have been the toughest guy. Let's see. And then that was it. So his introduction into the UFC might have been one of his toughest opponents. You go through the rankings over here. He fights Kelvin Gastelum, has the fight of his life against Kelvin Gastelum. Yes, he won the Ultimate Fighter, but it was against Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall turned out to be completely overrated. Didn't have the craziest path. Definitely harder than Pereira. No doubt about that. Like, if you look at the fights over here, yeah, more UFC fights, more names, but not the toughest path to a title. In fact, you could say this is a pretty easy path to the title compared to some of the other guys that won belts. So he had a fairly easy path, harder than Pereira. Pereira's path was just a joke to the belt. The UFC literally put Pereira in there just to fight Izzy and beat him. Let's be serious. They're like, well, we got everything we needed from Izzy. Izzy had a couple of boring fights. Fans are starting to turn on the guy. Let's bring in the fucking boogeyman. Let's bring him in. Let's see what happens here. Well, we just saw what happened. Pereira finished him. So now here we go. They're running it back again. Second time in the UFC. Fourth time overall. Still fascinating. Because there is that chance of Izzy winning, and Izzy's the favorite. Somehow, Israel Adesanya is still the favorite. The most interesting part of this UFC 287 card is the lines. Like, those lines are all over the fucking place.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
Izzy gets so much indigestion from the sperm shakes he chugs. I hear he's going to come out with his own brand of antacids called rectums.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's actually true. It's true. You will.
Wonderful, wonderful.
B-Man.
It's going to be a massacre this weekend.
It's going to be a massacre this weekend. Thank you, B-Man. Thank you to all the donators tonight. And look at this. We have 41,058.72. We're getting closer to the website goal. Thank you. I haven't done it yet on this channel. But on Monday night, you almost got me emotional. Like, the shit that was coming in on Monday night after a tough little strike, I was getting hit in the feels. So the fact that you guys keep on coming back in and dropping those donations, nothing but respect. You're not going to get me to cry. You're not going to do it. You could try all you want. You're not going to do it. but you had me close. I'm not gonna lie. On Monday, I was like, damn, bro. I was getting like emotional. I was like, damn, this is fucking crazy. So thank you. Thank you to everyone that donates. I know we have fun. We get a little outrageous over here. Thank you. And if you want to support the show, there's a Streamlabs link in the description. Nightbot's spamming it. Go check it out. Also, you could super chat. Thank you very much. All right. Discord, what's going on in Discord here? What are you guys doing over there? You crazy bastards. Okay. This is just a matter of time. Bud Light. Drink me in, boys.
Scowling. And apparently he's the nicest man ever. I run into...
Okay. All right, let's look at some other stuff. We're bouncing all over the place. Let's look at Raul Rosas. This dude is out of his mind, and I love it. I love everything about this kid. He is legit out of his mind. He's already saying the only person, he thinks that Aljamain Sterling, if he stays in a division, that, well, is this the quote? Hold on, let's see.
What would you say to those critics that say, like, hey, Raul Rosas doesn't deserve...
Okay, this is something else. Well, all right, we'll play this first.
I mean,
this is on MMA Fighting. Go follow their Instagram. We're fair use. We're just reacting to it.
Slot.
I don't know who said that, but...
How do you not love this guy? This dude's underbite. He's got the coolest underbite of all time. My man's face is just fucking coming out. He's got the face. This guy wouldn't be the same if he was a handsome fella. This guy over here, he's got that face. He's got it. Love everything. I love the way he talks. I love his confidence. I love the way he fights.
At the end of the day, they're all just hating, and they should take some notes if they want to be on the pay-per-view card. They should take some notes and learn some stuff from me, you know. I barely got into UFC, and I'm already in the pay-per-view.
Dude, this kid's 18. Right? Is he still 18? 7 fights. Main card. He's 18 years old. My man, chill. You about to get jumped. Chill. He's got the swagger. That is a shot at Curtis, yeah. Yeah, because Curtis was pretty vocal about it. He doesn't mention names. This guy has is it too much? Is it turning you guys away? Because me, I fucking love this.
Not like other ranking fighters that...
This kid's still using fucking Dr. Zizmore. This dude's got acne on his face. He's still in puberty. Dude just grew pube hairs. And he's just shitting on the fucking vets. Saying, hey, man, you're not me. I'm on the main card.
Are prelim fighters, you know, so I don't want to say names, you know, but yeah.
What would you say to those critics that say, like, hey, Raul Rosas doesn't deserve a main card slot?
I don't know who said that, but at the end of the day, they're all just hating, and they should take some notes if they want to be on the pay-per-view card. They should take some notes and learn some stuff from me, you know. I barely got into UFC, and I'm already in the pay-per-view. Not like other ranking fighters that are prelim fighters, you know, so I don't want to say names, you know, but yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think? Is it too much? It's like pump the brakes, kid. You got to do something. He has 1 win. Is it too much? Do you like him? Do you not like him? Raul Rosas Jr. I mean, got the Mexican pride. It's crazy. Is this the youngest kid on a pay-per-view? I think so, right? This has got to be a historical thing. Have we seen an 18-year-old on the pay-per-view? How old was Sage Northcutt? I don't even think he was on a pay-per-view. I don't recall him even being on a... Dude, was there even a 19-year-old on a pay-per-view? Was there a 20-year-old? Max was 19, so who was it? Oh, Max Holloway? Holloway started very young. Yeah, think about this. I mean, this is like Max Holloway. This is like if Max Holloway came in now, it's like the same shit. They probably would have did the same thing. Fast pass him. Max came in at the wrong time. I remember Paige was young. 17 on a pay-per-view? No. A pay-per-view main card. Who is the youngest? I mean, even pay-per-view altogether. It's got to be him. Sage was 20. How old was John Jones, too? John was young when he started. It's crazy. 18 years old on a main card on a pay-per-view. One of the bigger cards of the year. That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If Gilbert Burns and Janjiroba had a love child, it would be Raul Rosas.
Yeah, pretty much. Raul Rosas Jr., man. You know this guy is special, or at least has a good fan base when you make a couple of jokes and people start flooding into your DMs and stuff like that. Like, you're a fucking asshole. I hate you. All right. It's just jokes, man. Just jokes. We're just horse. I like the fucking kid. I'm rooting for. I hope this kid becomes a champion. If this kid's your bantamweight champion, he's your youngest champion ever, which I got to be honest with you, it's not impossible. Look at the rankings for bantamweight. I feel like we're wide open. Now, listen, he's not even ranked yet. You got guys in here. You got Nurmagomedovs and Saeed and Umar Nurmagomedov. You got two Nurmagomedovs in a way. They're gonna maneuver him. It's gonna take some time. But, Merab, it looks like the real deal. I still think Merab by the end of the year will be champion. But, Sean O'Malley, we still need to see more with the grappling. Corey Sandhagen's looked very good lately. Peter Yan might be on the downcline. It's possible. Marlon Vera, we saw him, and a slow starter turned into, well, maybe he's a little overrated. Rob Font in the fight of his life right now as he's fighting Adrian Yanez. By the way, Yanez who is on this card, just quietly, maneuvering his way up the rankings, and is easily the dark horse of the division. He's 12, beats Font, bang, top 6. Dude, Yanez, I tell you what, bantamweight is fun, but it is open. It is open here. There's a gauntlet that Raul's got to run through. This kid's saying some big things for a guy that has some work to do. Let me see. I think Junkie had someone had it. Where is it? Someone had him talking about Aljo and shit. I don't know where it is now. Anyway, what do you guys think of Raul Rosas Jr.? You like him? He should beat Rodriguez. Look at this kid.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I just kids upsets. That'd be nuts.
Max Holloway was 20 when he entered the UFC, a three-way tied prior to Rod being the youngest male. Those three 19-year-olds equals Chase Hooper, Page, and Sage.
Okay.
Also, did you hear Almeida headlining a card?
Wait, Almeida versus Biggie Boy? I think that's headlining a fight night, right? That's a fight. Dude, Almeida bumped up against Rosenstrike. Woo! I love that. That man's a problem. That's a problem. Thank you, Sonosi. Appreciate that. So the kid he's fighting is 25. Only a plus 190. I mean, not a massive super. I mean, he is a decent size underdog, but not like massive. And if you look at his resume, his UFC debut was a loss against Jonathan Pierce. Then he beat Joshua Weems by submission. So he's got some grappling, but 8-1. Could you imagine Christian Rodriguez comes in there and shuts this kid up? Well, wouldn't that be a bummer for the UFC? This kid has a chance. Like, how come no one's talking about Christian Rodriguez, who's fighting? Was this guy even at the media scrum? He's fighting on the main card against an 18-year-old. This guy has no business even being on the pay-per-view. Yet he's fighting on the main card. Anyone rooting for this kid? Anyone put money on this kid? Christian Rodriguez? I'm not, but listen, if he wins, it'd be some story. Anyone think Christian's going to win? Let me know in the chat. Or are we just assuming Raul's going to win and we move on? I have a feeling not many people could be rooting for Christian. I think a lot of people like old Shoeface. I don't know who he is. I'll give that dude English classes. Nah, no homo. Love to see my fellow Mexicans here. God bless yous all. Raul Grapple Fuchs him. Yeah, I mean, I think his nickname should be Shoeface. I think it's a great nickname. It sounds like a Dick Tracy character, some sort of villain. Just go with it, man. His face does look like a shoe. I think we, as the MMA-Holes, should try to push that so hard that he changes his nickname to Shoeface. What's his nickname now? El Nino Problema? Stop that. What is that? El Nino Problema. It's a problem. No, Shoeface. It's easy. Bruce Buffer gets on the mic. Raul Shoeface Rojas Jr.
Wonderful.
I'm a little under the weather, guys. I'm sorry. I think Shoeface. One's in the chat if you think we should change his name. If we should put out a vote of petition. The fish are going crazy back there. We should put out a petition. Should his name be Shoeface? Yay or nay? One's in the chat if you think so. Let me know, chat. Should we change it to Shoeface? Raul Rosas or Shoeface Rojas Jr. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. But what do I know, right? Shoeface is better? I agree. Oh, proper tracks. Boo you. Life and Logic says yes. Noah says yes. Little Seal says yes. Insensitive? I don't think so. I look at it as a supervillain. This UFC card is a top 3 card of the year. Well, I mean, it's so early. We're in April, and now we're saying, it's top 3 card of the year. I mean, what? We just got started, man. We just got started. Like, we gotta let this year play out a little, you know? But here's why I say no. Because when it was initially thrown together, I was like, it's 7 out of 10. That was my initial reaction. A top 3 card for me would be something like, as soon as it's announced, I'm like, oh my God, I got to see this. Take my money. This here, I was like, I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not that crazy. Now, here we are Wednesday. I see the odds for the fights. Things start to come together a little bit more. Now I'm very interested. So top 3 would be a little rough. El Shoeface Killer. How do you say Shoeface in Spanish? How would you say Shoeface? Oh, yeah. Antonio Carlos Jr. nickname was Shoeface. That's right. Not Shoelace, but Shoeface. That's right. His name was Shoeface. It's a nickname. Like, people are so sensitive these days. Oh, you can't call him that. You know why you can't call him that? Because his face actually looks like a shoe. When it's real, people get insulted. When it's the truth, people get insulted. But Carlos Jr. doesn't look like a shoe, so it's fine. This guy happens to look like a fucking shoe. I'm sure in his house, if he falls asleep on the floor, I'm sure a family member has tried at some point in his life to stick their foot in his mouth. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And it's fine. He's a UFC fighter. He won. He won. I don't know why everyone's so sensitive. All right, let's look at the rest of this card. We are 7 likes away from our goal. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's just talk about some of this stuff here. So we talked about Adesanya and Pereira. We talked about Burns and Masvidal. Adrian Yanez versus Rob Font. Didn't really hear much media stuff. Let's see if did they put any of their stuff out? Nah, no one cares. Oh, here we go. Great fight.
Tuned into the box.
This could be fight of the night.
Into boxing a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I'm going into this with the mindset of a Marvin Hagler. I'm going in for war. You know, that's exactly the mindset.
I like Adrian Yanez a lot. I'm a fan. I like this kid. He's humble. He says he's still a fan of the fighters. Sometimes he gets overwhelmed when he meets certain people in there. I like that. He's very relatable.
Every single time, I'm going for war, because this guy...
Although in the beginning, I used to get him confused with Jeff Molina. No joke. I'm not joking. In the beginning, when him and Jeff Molina were starting out, I would get these two confused. I don't know why. Not anymore. Since the incident. Anyone else get that, or maybe I'm just getting old?
The never die attitude, and he's gonna keep getting up. He's been hurt multiple times, but he's never been finished by TKO or knockout. He keeps coming back, and he wants to get the win. He's fighting tooth and nail, you know. So to me, I'm like, it excites me because I know as soon as he gets dropped, he comes back and looks better than next round. So to me, I'm just like, I have to be ready. I have to be ready at every second because this guy's.
No, you never. So fun fact, when these guys, like, I'm talking fights ago. I'm not talking about now. I'm not talking like 2 fights ago. I'm talking about like when these guys were starting out. I was like reaching out for interviews, And I was like sliding into DMs. I was like, wait, is this Yanez or is this Molina? Like I was actually getting them confused. I don't know why. Just like back in the day, like when I first started watching the UFC and I would get Holloway and Tony Ferguson confused. Like that's not even a joke. They have like similar back tattoos and shit. I'm like, is this the same fucking guy? That actually happened back in the day. Of course, time has passed. Not anymore. Fun story now to tell.
It's gonna be nonstop coming forward. What?
Another one. And actually, I joked around with him. Okay, hold on. Let me remember the names. Billy Quarantillo and who's the other guy? Oh, fuck. I can't remember his name now. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. There's a guy that Billy Quarantillo, for some reason, I kept on confusing with. Not anymore. But I actually let them know this, and Quarantillo found it pretty funny. But I can't remember who the other guy was now. There's guys like that in the UFC. I don't know why. Is there anyone, not Shane Burgos now, let's see if you can get it. He's not like a household name guy, but he's a tough dude, man. And he's in the UFC. Let's see if anyone can get it. Billy Quarantillo. Who looks like Billy Quarantillo? He's a badass. I can't remember his fucking name. I don't know why I'm just drawing a massive blank. He fought not too long ago. He lost. I can't remember. How many people, Miocic and Stipe, how many guys in the chat have you confused? Has there been any fighters that you guys could be like, wait, hold on, is that the same? Billy Conforto? What? Has there been anyone that you guys have gotten confused in the past? See, the problem is most fans don't have to pay attention to the entire roster, right? Like they just enjoy the fights, you know? And then when like a irrelevant guy coming out of the Contender Series comes in, they're just like, whatever. Well, we'll find out who this guy when they hit the rankings. So no one? There's not one person, you guys? Wait, I'm just watching Diaz versus Masvidal. Connor and TC were the same. So not one person has confused two fighters. I find that hard to believe. Theo Von's all right, now I gotta look this guy up. Now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I did the bit on the show where actually, what's it called? I had Quarantillo. I had the whole tweet out where I confused him with this guy. Fuck. I can't remember his fucking name. It's driving me nuts now. I don't think he's ranked, so that's a problem. I don't think he's ranked. But let me see. What was his name? Let's see if I can find him. Yeah, if he's not ranked, good luck trying to figure it out. Cody Durden, no. That'd be weird if I actually knew a guy and confused him with someone else. That would be weird. I'm trying to think if there's another fighter that I used to confuse. There's about 3 or 4 of them that I have. I was sitting next to Wilson Hayes and Neil Melancon at the weigh-ins. No one else even knew who they were. There were a couple of fighters. Walt Harris I confused with one guy once too. I can't remember. I think it was back in the day. I think it was Walt Harris and Curtis Blades I confused. But that was like at a stadium. I think I confused them. Oh, here's a funny one that I confused. But it has nothing to do with fights. But the guy from the Fast and the Furious. What the hell is that guy's name? The black guy that was in there. Shit. I'm not even a Fast and the Furious fan, so it didn't help. But Taye Diggs and who's the other guy? Taye Diggs and I actually met one of them. Tyrese, yeah. Dude, Taye Diggs and Tyrese I thought were the same fucking guy. So I ran into one of them. To this day, I don't fucking know. Who was the guy that wasn't in the Fast and the Furious? That was Taye Diggs, right? Who wasn't in the Fast and the Furious? Because that guy I went up to and said, I love you in the Fast and the Furious. Never watched one. And they're like, bro, it wasn't me. Tay Diggs, so it was Tay Diggs. We were in Vegas. We were on the stage table. We had the whole fucking setup. I'm wrecked. Tay Diggs is going around taking pictures of people. I'm like, I know that guy. That guy was in the Fast and the Furious. Had all my boys come around him. We're all taking a picture. I got it on my Instagram somewhere. And I was like, yo, I love you in the Fast and the Furious. You were great. And he looked at me. He's like, bro, I was not in the Fast and the Furious. I was like, all right, cool. Could you still take the picture? And we took the picture. Very nice of him to do that. Anyway. Gian Vellante I met in Vegas, and I didn't remember his name. This is way back. Like, no one really knew who the fuck Gian Vellante was back in the day. This is like way, way back. And I ran to him outside. He's like, if you could remember my name, I'll take a picture with you. I'm like, bro, I don't know who the fuck, I don't know what your name is, but I'll still take the picture. And there's a drunk picture of me and Gian Vellante. He still took the picture. It was nice. Yeah, I've done it a lot. I've mixed a lot of people up, but it happens, man. It happens. It happens when you've drank a lot of alcohol and now a senior citizen. It happens. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, so Rob Font, I'm leading towards Yanez. Yeah, wow, man. They're doing Font dirty on a 2-fight losing streak. Lost to Cheeto, lost to Aldo. Last win was Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, I mean, Rob should have this. He's a little bigger. New England Cartel, got very good striking. I just feel like Yanez he's very well-rounded. The way Aljo spoke about Yanez, he's just too much. I'm shocked that Holland is a massive favorite over Ponzi. I was going to pick Holland if he was the under. But right now, I'm up in the air. Picking Raul Rosas Jr. Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis. Oof. Oh, boy. So Chris is getting the plus money. You know, I always got to go plus money Chris, but this is by no means easy. So Kelvin was off for a year and 7 months. He had to find himself. Kelvin Gastelum has to find himself. You know, he needed a break. He needed to heal up. He needed to mentally heal up. He had to find that fire. And this is his first time in front of the fans since his fight with Darren Till. When was that? That was 3 years and 4 months ago. Think about this. The last time Kelvin Gastelum made the walk in front of an arena full of fans, stadium full of fans, was 3 years and 4 months ago. That is a long time. That is a very long time. And won one fight out of his last 5. He beat Till. He beat Jack. He beat Ian. I mean, he lost to Till. He lost to Jack. He beat Ian Heinisch, who was kind of like, man, coming out of the Contender Series, I thought he was going to be so much, and Ian Heinisch kind of became a flop. Lost to Bobby Knuckles. Lost to Cannonier. So, I mean, he's losing to good guys. Cannonier, Whitaker, Hermanson. I mean, that fight, I don't know what the fuck happened. Kelvin got out there and just instantly submitted. That was just like, he just seemed mentally off there. He seemed mentally off in the Till fight as well. And he did say that he needed to find himself again. Only 31 years of age. How old was Kelvin? Now I'm thinking. When he was in the Ultimate Fighter, I remember he was the youngest guy on the season. How old was Kelvin when he made his debut? Wait a second. When we're talking young fighters, Kelvin's another one. Kelvin was like 20, right? Wasn't he 20 on the Ultimate Fighter? So he started this fight night here, 2013. Kelvin was, he's 21. Okay. Man, this is not an easy fight. I don't know if I could I might just put money on Chris just because, we're Team Chris, but this is not easy. You got another long layoff in Kelvin Gastelum, the guy that gave Izzy, if you think about one of the craziest fights ever. Oof. You got to be 21? Well, he was 20 on Tough. I think he was 20. I remember him being super young and fat. Let's see. These are the Tough fights. He was 21. Oh, maybe he was 21. I thought he was 20. Huh. How come you have to be 21 on Tough, but 18 to be in the UFC? How does that work? I guess because you got to keep on making weight. Or maybe you can't be in a house with grown men while they're drinking. That's probably it. Yeah, it's probably all the adult activities. The hookers blow. That's probably what it is. Yeah, alcohol. Yeah, listen, of course I'm going to be rooting for Chris. I mean, we have a connection to Chris, so of course I'm going to be rooting for him. He's plus money. Is he a plus on bookie? Let's see. Yeah, he's a plus 105 on there, so I'll probably throw some cash on him just to, not too much, but, you know, we got to ride with Chris. Although, if you think about this fight, Kelvin is very open with the media scrum, talking about how he will wrestle. And Chris Curtis has like a perfect takedown defense. No one has taken Chris down to the ground. And in the UFC, I should say, he's looked very good. But he's just like Kelvin says, if you think about it, it's a one-trick pony. Like, you know what's coming to him. He's not really going to kick too much. It's going to be a lot of with the hands. He's going to walk you down and try to knock you out. Whereas Kelvin Gastelum, not only does he have solid, he's got very good boxing, actually, Kelvin. Kelvin's boxing's like, it's legit. He's got power, and he's got serious wrestling skills. So if he locks onto the wrestling, and even if he doesn't take Chris down, but just keeps grinding him against the fence, does a little bit of dirty boxing, just keeps it close and tight, Kelvin should win. My problem is the layoff. Where is Kelvin really mentally? Like, you just don't know with the fucking guy. You don't know with him. And with Curtis, it's not like he wins by decision. He knocked out Buckley. He got the Vieira decision, but that was just him stuffing takedowns the entire fight. All he did was stuff takedowns, right? Which I don't know if maybe Kelvin's going to do that, but I don't know. Brendan Allen was the knockout. Phil Hawes was the knockout. So it's not like he's going to be knocking out Kelvin, right? Kelvin's been submitted. Has he been knocked out in the UFC? I don't recall him being... Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that was the Bisping fight. That's when he won. Kelvin's never been knocked out. He was a no contest. No. So if Chris is not, I mean, do you guys, all right, let me know in the chat. Do you think Curtis is going to knock out Kelvin Gastelum? I don't think so. I don't think Chris is going to knock out Kelvin. So now you look at it like this. Will Chris be able to stop the takedowns, keep it moving, the fight moving, and win by points? I mean, Chris is the type of guy that he's going to try to finish you. If he doesn't get the finish on Kelvin, Kelvin might be able to outpoint him or out-control time him. Think about this. The biggest path to victory in a Chris Curtis fight is the knockout. So you have to bank on the fact that he's going to knock out a guy that's never been knocked out before. And, oh, by the way, he's 31 years old. On a long resting layoff to heal his body. He's got the Mexican pride. Everything points to Kelvin. The only thing against him is the layoff. But the layoff might help him. I mean, I'm going to pick Action Man just because I am incredibly biased. But I feel like Kelvin is the way. Chris is what? He's 35 years of age. Damn, man, this is some fight. This should be on the main card. There's no reason this shouldn't be on the main card. I mean, if you just break it down for what it is, skill versus skill, the age, the level of competition, all this stuff. If you put it all on the table, Kelvin should win this fight. He should. Kelvin could finish Curtis. He could. Kelvin's only 31 years of age. We just don't know what Kelvin's going to come in there. We have no. If Kelvin, that foot Izzy comes in there, Chris is done. Chris got no shot. But if we see Kelvin versus Darren Till, Jack Hermanson, even though he submitted, I don't know what the hell is going on there. What do you guys think? Who you picking? Who you picking, man? Like this, I wouldn't advise betting on. I'm probably gonna put money on Curtis, like I said, just because, you know, we have a connection to Chris. You know, I'm a little biased, but I'm not super confident on his chances. Burns is fighting a bigger dude, but Masvidal took Usman to 5 rounds. And what we're talking about, we spoke about that already. Kelvin be motivated with the crowd. Yeah, you got the crowd, but it's been 3 years since he's been in front of a crowd. That's nuts. Cinnamon cookies, yummy. Kelvin, I picked Curtis by a second round knockout. So you're saying Chris Curtis will be the first person to put Kelvin down? I mean, it's not impossible, but you got to think the odds are very low. Kelvin is too close, bottom line. I'm going to pick Kelvin, but I'm going to throw some money on Curtis. Yeah, I might do the same. I might pick Kelvin in Tapology and bet on Curtis. I might do that. New capture card activated. Look at these graphics. No, it's not actually. The capture card is only activated during our gaming streams. Right now, the capture card is deactivated. But we pushed it up to 4K, 30 frames per second. If you want 60 frames per second, go over to Not the MMA-Holes. But guys, look at this. We got fish. We got that. We got a fight. We got a fight reaction room over here. Hold on. I mean, we rolling here, baby. We rolling. Pump it up to 4K, widescreen, no YouTube channel. Let me just say this. Maybe there's YouTube channels doing it in 4K. I haven't seen one. But not one YouTube channel is filling your whole phone. Not one YouTube channel is widescreen. Once again, setting the bar. Inshallah. Inshallah. All right, let's move on. I gotta see the face-offs and stuff like that, but I'll probably right now, early predictions. Kelvin Gastelum probably on Tapology. Chris Curtis betting. I don't know how the Karate Hottie is still in the biz, but she's still here, and she's fighting Luana Pinheiro. So that's happening. Pinheiro is on a nice little run. Karate Hottie is, listen, she's been around the block. She's a very likable young lady. I've always felt she was a little small, a little tiny for the weight class and stuff like that. But anyway, she's fighting again. I have no thoughts on it. Like zero. Mir Sharp versus Pyfer. A lot of people, we have Ryan Kill saying, hey, Pyfer, man. A lot of people love Pyfer. A lot of people are just like super like excited about Pyfer. He's like a fan favorite, and he's fighting a guy in GM3 who's another fan favorite. So this one's for the peeps. And how about Pyfer being a minus 180? How about that? Think about that. Pyfer is he's the favorite in this fight. So Mir Sharp's going to be coming in there with a chip on his shoulder. Fun fight. Who am I picking? I'm waiting on it. Hold on a second here. I just noticed that my Discord alerts I forgot to do something here. Hold on. I'll show you guys something in a second. You got GM3, consistent, inconsistent. I mean, I wouldn't put money on that one. I don't know. Maybe unless I see something in the face-offs. But here's Tropic Tom coming in. Somebody stop me. That's all right.
Wonderful.
Okay. Poor Chase Sherman. Poor guy, man. He was supposed to be fighting, what's his name? Chris Barnett. That fell apart. And now he's fighting this dude. He's a massive underdog. Carl Williams. Oof. That's all I got to say. I feel for you, Chris. Chase, excuse me. Cynthia Cavillo, who is another one, a little chip on the shoulder, 4-fight losing streak, fighting a girl off a loss. But Lupita Godinez is just like a firecracker, a little tiny Mexican. She's a minus 270 favorite. This is another situation where a prospect, and this one's coming off a loss, which is wild, is the favorite, a pretty big favorite over a veteran in Cynthia Cavillo. So I'm curious to see how these vets, how they pan out against these younger fighters. I kind of like it. I kind of like the fact that these prospects are going to be in the favorite. So the people that have been around on the roster got to be like, okay, I'm going to give my all here. I can't lose to this person. So we'll see what Cynthia could do there. Ogden versus Bahamondes. This is actually a really good fight. It's a solid fight. I know probably a lot of people aren't talking about it, but this should be a banger. You got Bahamondes, who is a minus 290 favorite. He is nasty, coming off a massive submission. After that, before that, a knockout. Lost by a split decision to McDessie. Then before that, to Contender Series. So 2 out of 3, but on a 2-fight win streak. Then you got a Trey decision. You got a split decision loss here to our boy Jordan Levitt. Let's go, champ. Come on, Jordan.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But yeah, listen, I feel like Bahamondes is going to win this fight. I think easily. I don't know, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun scrap. These guys are going to go at it. Nudenbeek coming back after the controversial James Krause thing. That's all I got to say about that. Should be a good scrap. And Sam Hughes, who looks like, I always forget his name, but the guy that was in Bellator. He's a legend. He's a wrestler. He's short. He's a grappler. Had a big mouth. He was a coach on one of their reality shows. Damn Savage or Damn Sausage usually remembers who the guy is. So if you can help me out, Sausage, who's the guy I'm talking about from former Bellator fighter? Terrible with names tonight. What's his name? If someone can get it. Oh, wait. Let's see. Sausage is good. He's anytime I've mentioned the guy that she looks like, he usually gets it. Let's see. Now you had to have watched Bellator a little while back to know this. Short guy, wrestler. He was a coach on their reality show that was like a knockoff of The Ultimate Fighter, but with their own twist. Joe Warren. There he is. There it is. I knew it. See, this is one thing you got to say about Sausage. It's one thing you got to say. He gets it. He's on. I don't know how it works, but he remembers these things somehow. Joe Warren, this guy right over here. Every time I see this girl fight, I think Joe Warren. Every single time. She looks just like him. Could be his sister. Sam Hughes and Joe Warren. I mean, what are we doing here? Look at Joe. Me and Joe Warren. I forgot his nickname, but he was entertaining for a little time in Bellator. Okay, and I think that is it for this card. Okay, that's it. All right, last words in the chat. How you doing? We had a nice show tonight. I had a lot of fun with you guys. We hit our goalie goal of 150. 50 likes, 150. Thank you. We hit the goals. We celebrate. Inshallah.
I got the goals. We hit the lock, goals. Lock it goals. We got the lock it goals. Slap the like button, it's time for likes. I slap the like button, we hit the goals. We hit the like goals.
Thank you very much. Dancing on a Wednesday. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't done so, smash up the like goals. Last comments in the chat, and we'll wind this puppy down. I appreciate you guys stopping by and being
wonderful.
The heat is on. If the feedback is good enough, we will do the press conference tomorrow where we play the audio and we do a reaction. If people want to see it, you got to let me know in the comments section, though, of this stream. When this stream is done and Little Seal goes in there and does the Little Seal with the timestamp. The new timestamp king from the ocean to the chat. So shout out to Little Seal for that. I sound like Jorge Masvidal and Dr. Seuss with the rhymes. No, I appreciate the timestamps very much. But yeah, in the comment section, if we get enough comments down below saying, yo, do the press conference, we'll do it. If we don't, I'll see you Friday. Okay? That's your homework. Get in the comments section, bust it up, give me your picks, your predictions. I want to see the comments. That sometimes you guys lack in. I know you're like, my fingers are tired from all the chatting. I want to see in the comments down below, do you want the press conference? And don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.